Mr. Brontë came home from a journey and brought the four remaining Brontë children some beautiful wooden painted soldiers. He gave them to Branwell, who shared them with his sisters. Now, had these been normal children, they would likely have used the toy soldiers to play at war. Instead, they went to the parlor, put the soldiers on the floor in various positions, and then pretended these soldiers were creatures from two fantasy kingdoms. The four Brontë children divided themselves into two writing groups, Branwell and Charlotte in one, and Emily and Anne in the other. Emily and Anne created a world called Gondel. It was a science fiction-y world where the rivers ran with milk and honey and all trees looked like strange triangles. It was a beautiful exotic world, very strange, people by the toy soldiers. Charlotte and Branwell entered a very different world, Angria. This fantasy world was, as it sounds, like a pulsing, almost vicious world where the rivers ran red and a constant strong beat was underneath. They wrote minutely detailed adventure stories of the soldiers who populated Angria. For over 10 years, these four children expanded the two worlds through their stories. But they didn't just write stories, they actually wrote books. Once an adventure story had been completed, the children would print the stories on little pieces of paper. They made sure the margins were even, right, and left, just as in a printed novel. And when they finished the little book, they looked like a tiny novel. Of course, they needed a cover for their book, so they would raid the kitchen. Sugar came in blue cardboard boxes. They would pour the sugar into an earthen vessel, then cut the stiff blue cardboard to make a perfect cover. They would put the title on the cover with their names. They would use a little paste to glue it on, and presto, a tiny volume smaller than their palms. But they didn't compile just 10 or 50 of these stories. They wrote hundreds over the years. This was their training as children for their future novelists that at least 3 of them would become.